Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for, as I like to call it, Thanksgiving in September. It's English and classical. English in the white, classical in the green. English looking for their second win, classical's looking for their first win. It's Greater Boston League boys soccer. Another full night here at Manning. We'll have a repeat of this game, except it'll be the girls coming up next. And St. Mary's just had a field hockey game prior to this. Eric Moreno, the head guy for Link Classical. Valdrum Hamazli for English. Santos Emmanuel Alvarez in net for Classical. Byron Ramirez Cardona for Lynn English. Hard to believe we're just about halfway through the soccer season. I'm wondering where the spring season went. I'm still looking for baseball and softball and basketball and hockey. All of a sudden it's over and we're into football and soccer and we're halfway through. Here we are at the end of September. Long, high, deep kick, actually headed by English, headed again by Classical. English knocked it to the near side. They're going to get there. They saved it, but they saved it for Classical. Classical got taken down. They were looking for a call. They didn't get it. Corral knocks it ahead. And the kick goes out of play. It got deflected by English. Classical will get a corner kick. I think it's Flores will take it from the near side. Tipped up. Classical trying to line it up. They couldn't get the shot off. They can't get the shot off again. I think that was Romero. He came in for the corner kick back from his defensive spot. English pushing it up. And he gets knocked out by Classical into the Classical bench area. Knocked out again. He'll go further down with the throw-in. And it gets knocked out off English. Classical will get to kick it away. And the sun is still pretty bright, so when you look to the left, you get blinded a little bit with that sun. If you're up here in the press box or sitting down in front of the press box. Battling. McCarty came away with it. They took it away. Classical gets around. Can't get around the third one as English boots it deep. It skips away. It's a foot race to get to the ball. English gets there first. Pushes it further. Looking to walk in. Sliding was Malara to knock it away, or English is going to walk in alone. Just as I looked up to get the English number, I looked right into the sun and missed it completely. I think it was Morales. Shot, spinning around, taking the shot, knocked it over the net, out of play. Dead center, but too much height. It went over everything, and that was Morales. As we get substitutions for both teams. Glasgow will kick it away. Well past midfield, it skips away, pushing it away, a foot race. And English gets there first. Hi. No, I'm right in the middle of a game. It's important. I'll call you back when I have a chance. Licardi with it, pushing it down. He tried to give it to Coelho. Glasgow knocked it out. And he knocked it over the net again. English has been close a couple of times, but they can't get it on the net. And we got a substitution for Glasgow. And actually, 8 minutes in, I guess they're worn out. I thought they were calling it a substitution. They're calling it timeout. English Glasgow 0-0 here at Manning Field early in this first half. Out of the timeout, Glasgow boots it high and deep past midfield. Cepeda knocked it across. They gave it away to Glasgow, actually. And then he tried to make a pass to Chacon, and English defense knocked it away. Licardi left it. Glasgow almost picked it off. It gets tipped. English is going to get there first, looking to walk in. They take the shot, and they score. They beat the defense. They knocked it off the goaltender, and it went inside the post. The second guy is the 50-yard line. Not this one, the next one. Right at the 50-yard line. That's his number. Get his number before you get anyone else. He's got hands on his hip right now. Right there, back there. Yeah, I'm on it. A great rush by Alfredo Pablo Lopez. He beat the defense. He took the shot. Alvarez got a piece of it, deflected it, and it was coming from the far side. It went inside the near post. And English, with all this pressure, makes it pay off. They get the first goal, and they lead it 1-0 as Cepeda takes it away. Upfield, Corral couldn't get there first. Knocked away by Albanos. Albanose gives it up. And it bounced over the English foot. Corral with it. Back to Morin. Tries to go cross field. That's a tough pass to make. Gets by everybody. And English will let it go out of play. They were looking for Galvez on the other side, but that's a tough pass to go clear across field. Getting it by everybody. Glasgow player went down. They're letting him play it a little bit. A few bodies went down. Glasgow trying to keep it in. And they can't. It went out right in front of the English bench. So it took just about 8 minutes for English to get on the board. They've had it in the classical end most of this early going. And they got it back there again. Tip to Liccardi, off his foot. English walking in. Dumps it to the far side. Look at him walk around, trying to get a shot. Can't. Now they take the shot. Diving save by Alvarez. English will get the corner kick. English got a head on it. Liccardi couldn't get his foot on it. English got a head on it. It hit the post, bounced down in front. Just as Liccardi was going to knock it home, he got bumped. English that close to making it 2-0. Glasgow got a break there. From long range, it gets blocked by the defense out in front, and English will knock it out, and Glasgow will get a corner kick. The kick came through. English got a head on it. It bounced up, hit the post, bounced straight down. Liccardi was there. He just got bumped off the play as he was about to just tip it into the open net, and then was a defensive player. Might have been either Flores or Ramiro. Might have been Vargas. Or it could have been Malara. One of those guys out in front that just kicked it away before Liccardi could just, all he had to do was touch it. It would have gone in the open net. Glasgow got a head on it, but knocked it the wrong way. It's going to go out of play. I'll give Pablo De Leon credit also back there on defense, along with Morin. They got those 4 guys on the back end. One of them got a foot on it and knocked it away before Liccardi could tip it in. Glasgow trying to knock it deep. It got deflected. Morin looking for it. Runs into Liccardi, and we got a late whistle. They're going to call Liccardi for running into Glasgow. He doesn't like the call. They waited a few seconds before they blew the whistle. I think it'll be De Leon kicking it away. Just outside the 40-yard line. Throws it to the net. Liccardi got a head on it and knocked it away. English got a head on it and knocked it out. De Leon put that right on the nose going to the net. Liccardi went up before it could get even near the net. Headed it away. We got contact again against English. And the kick will come right about the 25-yard line, just inside. This will be De Leon again. Everybody picking a partner down around the 10-yard line. Now everybody breaking to the net. It's up. Glasgow got a head on it, but again, headed it the wrong way. They keep it alive. Knock it to the net again. It skips past and goes in. Chacon was there. I don't know if he got a piece of it. The kick came from De Leon, and it went right out in front. And standing out in front was Edison Alcides Chacon, and he might have just nipped it and tipped it in. And Classical ties it at 1. Danny Lopez gets broken up, and that's number 10, De Leon Angel breaking up number 10, Danny Lopez. We'll get a substitution for English, and Eric Cepeda will put it in play. Warren with the quick throw in. Pushing it ahead, looking to go get it. Down the near side, pushing it again. And pushed it a little too far. Alvarez comes out and kicks it away, kicks it out. I'm not sure what they're calling it. It was English that kicked it out, but they're giving him a free kick to English. I'm not sure what they called. Haskell was getting ready to put it in play. Marlin got a head on it. Chacon couldn't keep it in. Romero knocking it deep. Morales trying to get around. He can't get around Vargas. And it gets knocked out by Classical. Good long kick by Vargas, but they couldn't get around. A good long kick by Romero, I should say. They couldn't get around Vargas. Haskell trying to get it upfield. English takes it away. They knock it deep. It bounces by Morin. Liccardi trying to tip it by. And they're going to get Liccardi with a takedown again. He doesn't like it. He took Vargas down. And De Leon will kick it away. Kicks it long and deep. Eagles got a foot on it, but tipped it to Liccardi, and Eagles will take it right back. Right back to the Classical end. They knock it deep for a foot race. They knock it by the goaltender, but it went high over the net. Alvarez came way out to try and cut the angle down, and when he did, English got there first. But they got under it and tipped it high over the net and out of play. Liccardi takes it away. It goes out of play. I think that was Pablo Lopez again. He scored the goal. And he was the one, I think, that tipped it over the net. Glasgow coming back. Still with it down the far side, centering it. Glasgow takes the shot from long range, over the top crossbar and out of play. Trying to tip it back, it got picked off. Glasgow has it taken away by English again. They try to knock it deep. It got blocked. And now Glassgow's going to call for taking English down. I think it was Malaro with a nice block defensively. And now Cepeda will take the kick. Koala was there as well. Now it's going to be Koala. He pops it up. Glasgow got a foot on it and knocked it out. English will get a corner kick coming from the far side. Halfway through and counting this first half, we're dead even, one apiece here on this Thanksgiving in September, as I like to call it, English and Glasgow. Headed away by Glasgow. They take the shot, blocked again. I don't know if it hit. I think they call an English offside. They blasted it off Galvez. I thought they blew the whistle thinking it might have hit Galvez in the hand, but I think they called English offside, and Glasgow will kick it away. I was just about to say English got away with a grab. Glasgow pushed it ahead with the head. They went to go get it, and they got stopped dead in their tracks because they got grabbed. But they did blow the whistle. And Glasgow will get another free kick. This might be Angel. Line drives it to the net. Alvarez went up and got two hands on it. Excuse me, Cardona went up and got two hands on it and knocked it away. Licardi trying to knock it deep. It got broken up by Vargas. And gets knocked out by Romero into the English bench area. Glasgow looking to collect. English takes it away. Glasgow took it back. We got a whistle for something. Glasgow looking to very quickly put it in play. Trying to get by the defense. Pushed away. Nice defensive job by Morin to keep the score. Not be able to make a cut to the net. Now Glasgow coming up, trying to tip it to Chacon in the middle. It got blocked, and English knocks it out. Substitutions for the Bulldogs. English with the throw in. We're back to soccer. Trying to knock it down the far side. Block, but they get it back. Glasgow takes it away. English picked off the pass. Popped it up. Moran gets a head on it and knocks it away. And Glasgow took the English player down. A little hip check. I think it was they gave me a name to add to the roster. Jeremiah. They didn't have his last name. Number 22, I think he was the guy that got it. I'll have to try and get his last name. And now it's Liccardi again. If there were penalties for taking people down, Liccardi would be out of the game. They whistled him 3 or 4 times already for taking people down. From the 40-yard line. Dead center. They pop it to the net. They let it go through to Cardona, and he kicks it away. Kicked back by Vargas. And there were 2 players down. One of them was Liccardi in the area where the Glasgow player got knocked down. And I think it's Malala taking the kick. And Glasgow gets taken down again, this time by Romero. And now the kick will come a little closer from the 25. And the referee is going over to talk to Romero. They didn't talk to Liccardi when he took 4 or 5 people down. Romero took the player down, and the official went over to talk to him and said, knock it off. So from the 25, I think it's Malala again. This is almost dead center. Drills it to the net, 1 hop. Cardona will play it easily and kick it away. Got a lot on it, got it to the net. It just took a very big hop right into the lap of Cardona. And here's Mallara kicking it away. Tipping it ahead. And again, English takes Glasgow down. Slowly getting up. I think it was Barrios. The kick will come just outside the 25. A little bit of an angle. They pop it up. Glasgow got a piece. The shot is blocked. English clears it away. Liccardi knocking it deep. Moran knocked it towards the net. Mallara hustling to break it up. English keeps it alive, looking to get a shot off. Broken up nicely. I think that's Vargas. Glasgow tips it by. They got a break. They knock it deep. And Romero was there to knock it out. Up in the seats, back out again. Just past the English bench is where English will put it in play. Excuse me, Glasgow will put it in play. Bouncing loose. And I thought you could kick it with your knee. The referee motioned like you kicked that up, might have kicked it off his foot, off his hand. he motioned that his foot was way up over his waist, but we've seen that before. Knocked down, English collects. Down the near side, a little bit behind Lopez. Trying to get around the defense, still getting around. Lost it, and he helped the official by pointing that Classical knocked it out. English will get a corner kick. Coming from the near side. Very shortly, that sun will disappear behind the trees over at Pine Grove Cemetery and headed away. Classical's trying to keep it in play. I think Classical carried it out. I mean, English carried it out, but they're calling it off Classical. So they're going to get a corner kick, this time coming from the far side. I think it'll be Danny Lopez. Looked like English lost it going around Classical, but they called it off Classical. They get it up out in front. Alvarez reached up, got a hand or a fist on it, and banged it away. Corral with it, knocking it deep. Trying to knock it deep, but Barrios was behind him. Ovali kept it alive, and now Classical takes it away. They bounce it off Medina. Getting around the defense, Warren tips it to the middle. They blow the whistle. I think they blew the whistle for taking a volley down, but they let it go for a while before they blew the whistle. And with just under 10 minutes left in a score tying game, 1-1, English took the lead. Classical came back and tied it. It's 1-1 with just under 10 minutes. We get a timeout down in the field. As they come out of the timeout, I said just under 10 minutes, 9:24 to be exact. And again, the English player was looking, saying, why didn't you blow the whistle? He got knocked down. He was down. They kicked it, and they kicked it away. And then they blew the whistle, so they've been a little late. I'm not saying they didn't make a good call. I'm not saying he wasn't knocked down. I'm just saying they let the play go on a little bit before they blew the whistle. English will put it in play, and will be Zepeda. It got booted away by Vargas, and now Classical coming back right down the middle. And Liccardi almost got caught for another takedown. It was almost like a horse tackle. He was reaching from behind and grabbing the player going downfield. He got a break. They didn't call that. English looking. Now they call this. I think that was Lopez splitting two defenders, and as he did, he pushed it through. They got a piece of him, and they knocked him down. And English will get the free kick from the 15-yard line. It looks like Zepeda's going to take it. A little bit of an angle from the 15-yard line to the far side. They try to straighten out the picket fence and the rest of the defense down around the 5-yard line. They have to be 10 yards away. They fake the kick. Now they take the kick and they knock it way up over everything out of play. And that was Matthew Coelho. Zepeda faked like he was going to take the kick. Coelho followed and got a little too much lift. knocked it way up over the net and out of play. Haskell knocks it out. So that sun now is gone, so it's not a problem anymore. Down behind the trees over at Pine Grove Cemetery. English knocks it away. Haskell knocks it back. And we're going to whistle for contact against English. And again, it was Pablo Lopez they took down. And it'll be Eric Cepeda taking the kick right from midfield. Lopez got a head on it. Licardi trying to get it. They tip it ahead. Morin knocks it deep. Bounces by everybody. Taken away nicely. I think that was Corral pushing it up. Tips it by, still with it. Try to give it up to Angel. It got blocked. That was a nice takeaway by Corral. English trying to go on that far side. Kicking it to the net. Went a little too far. Morin kicked it away, but almost left it. English was coming in. Almost looked like English was going to get a kick. Corral trying to knock it deep. Nice defense by Sammy Vasquez. He got knocked out by Classical. I said Sammy Vasquez, I think it picked up the wrong number. I think it was a volley, 12, not 22. They throw it to the net. And Cardona comes out and kicks it away. He grabbed it. He was the only one back there to get it. English knocks it deep, looking for Lopez. Knocks it down, collects. Trying to walk around, still trying to get it. Battling going on with Vargas. Licardi tips it ahead. Danny Lopez trying to come down the near side. Still with it. And it was Malara getting a foot in, knocking it down. Malara and Morin wouldn't let Lopez turn the corner and get back to the net. English will get another corner kick from the near side. Right in the middle, Alvarez comes up and picks it and boots it away. Gets it past midfield, headed back to Classical territory. English blocks it. And it squeezes through to Classical as they try to cut in the middle. They throw it to the net. I think that was Zepeda, getting there first. Classical was breaking through, looked like they might walk in. And I think it was Zepeda that knocked it away. And it was Galvez that was walking in. Substitution for the Rams. English will put it in play. Bang it off Classical. And going out on Chacon. Romero looking for it, bounced off him. They take it away. Bouncing ball, Classical winds up with it. They take the shot. Might have gone wide, might have gone inside the near post, but Cardona grabbed it and held on. And now, hustling back is Malara to kick it out of play. As that was Lopez again. Alfredo Pablo Lopez. There's a few of them. Lopez is on English. I think there's 4 of them. I don't know if any of them are related. Knocked out by Classical. As we're in the final 2 minutes, the clock will stop and the officials down the field will be in charge of the time. They banged it off English. So it could be 2 minutes, could be a little more, depending on whether the official shut his clock off when people were down, or they chased the ball, or there was a question talking to one of the players. So it could be a little more than 2 minutes, but the clock shuts off. English heads it away. Glasgow boots it upfield. Liccardi gets a head on it. Moran banged it off an English player. They knock it down the near side, hustling, trying to get over there. And Moran kicks it away from Hamilton Gomez Lopez. He's one of the 4. There's Danny Lopez and Alfredo Pablo Lopez and Luis Angel Lopez. So time winding down in this deadlock first half. Classical headed it into their own net. The corner kick. Classical headed it in. So it's an own goal. The kick came across. The defender came along to get a head on it. He headed it back instead of up, and he headed it right into his own net. How's that with time winding down? They kick it through. Alvarez will get there before Lopez again. He's been all over the place, Lopez. What a goal to give up in the closing moments. Classical trying to walk in. Turn, they take the shot. Big time save by Cardona. A tough goal to give up. I think that last one, Classical almost tied it with seconds left. I think that was Galvez walking in. He ripped it. Cardona held the post and made the save and keeps it a 1-goal lead for English. We've reached halftime in this, what I call Thanksgiving in September. English leading Classical 2-1. Welcome back to Manning Field as we're getting set to start the second half. And as I like to call it, Thanksgiving in September, Lynn English and Lynn Classical. English scored a very late goal. And actually, English didn't score. Classical scored it. It was a corner kick. The only person in front of the net was a Classical player, and he headed it into his own net. And that gave English the 2-1 lead. Classical almost scored at the end. Galvez had a great chance, line drived it in the closing seconds, and Cardona held the post and made a nice save and kept it a 2-1 game going into the second half. So again, Classical will have to come from behind. We mentioned English looking for their second win, Classical looking for their first, but wins and losses are almost meaningless when you get to this game. The 2 games they play against each other this season are the 2 most important games they play. It's nice to play Somerville, Malden, Medford, Everett, and you want to win those games. But these are the games that are so very important. These kids know each other. They may play AAU soccer in the summer with each other. They may play other sports, basketball or hockey, with each other, hockey and Lynn. And they may live next door to each other. They may know each other. So this is the game that you want to win. These are the games you remember. You beat Everett. Those don't hang around very long.
Elijah Morton, number 20.
So we weren't sure of the classical goal. The goal came from a corner kick. We didn't know whether it was Chacon who got a piece of it, but they gave the goal to Elijah Morin with the kick to the net. So it was going to go in, and it did go in inside the near post. And checking with Glasgow, they gave the goal to Morin. English will get a free kick from just inside the 10 from a tough angle. They pop it out in front. English got a head on it. Didn't get a lot on it. Got the head on it, tipped it. Looked like it was Coelho. And easy save for Alvarez. They knock it clear across field. Coming down that far side. Cutting it back to the middle. And he threw it well behind the intended receiver and out of play. Lopez was trying to give it. Pablo Lopez was trying to give it to Gomez Lopez, and it wasn't anywhere near. It was way behind him. Morgan will put it in play. Arios couldn't keep it in. It bounced off a body. Glasgow winds up with it, trying to knock it deep. Deflected Chacon with it. Trying to get it to Barrios. It got broken up by Flores. Lopez trying to walk in, gets between everybody. He winds up going down. Glasgow blocked it. He was trying to squeeze through four defenders. He still got a kickoff, but it got deflected by Glasgow. English will get a corner kick. Alfredo Pablo Lopez has been involved. He's had a busy night. He's been around the ball down deep quite often. He has the goal they have, or one of the two they have. Haskell slides, kicking it away, upfield. And they bring it back to the far end because they're going to call English for taking Glasgow down. And contact again at midfield. Everybody going up, trying to get a head on the ball. They call it against English. And they blow the whistle and saying it happened in midfield. He took the ball up to the 45. They bring it back to midfield. This will be Malaro with the kick. Drills it deep. The English got a head on it, but knocked it away. Glasgow got a head on it and kept it right in front of the net. The English trying to take it away, and they knock it out. McCarty with it. Glasgow takes it away. English gets it back and kicks it to midfield. Moran heads it away. McCarty has it taken away. And Lakai is going to get called again for taking a Glasgow player down. This one he knew. A couple of others he questioned, like, what? Now they're going to talk to Lakai. He gets involved in an awful lot of contact. He's an aggressive player. It's in a scrum in front. They got the shot and they got blocked by the defense. But they're going to call it before that. A late whistle. Again, it was a Glasgow player that went down, but they called the contact on English. And they waited till the ball was loose. They were going to kick it. It looked like they might kick it in. And then they blew the whistle and they're going to give the free kick to Glasgow. I'll show you a free kick to English. Coming to the near side. They were looking for Vargas. Vargas goes down in that contact. Just a maze of players, everybody reaching, feet getting pinned. Vargas went down, they called it against Glasgow. Now we got pushing and shoving, whole extracurricular activity. They called it off Glasgow. And now I think it was Barrios and Cepeda getting into it a little bit. And now English goes down again, and we'll get a free kick. McCarty will take it. Drives it up, right to the net. Cardona grabbed it, bounced it, grabbed it again, with a white shirt sitting right in his lap. Excuse me, Alvarez grabbed it. Haskell keeps it alive. The English player went down, he's still down. And they're letting it go on. He's laying around. Glasgow's trying to get the shot, can't. Looking for a shot again. They finally cleared it away. Meanwhile, the English kid is still laid out at the 22-yard line. Everybody running around him, glad they didn't step on him. They'll stop the clock with not quite 10 minutes played in the second half, and the English player is down and out at the 22-yard line. He's been flat on the ground. Now he's up and he's jogging to the bench. This is what you never know. You get nervous because you say, wow, he's laid out. He's not getting up. Then he gets up and he runs to the bench. They've been watching too much of the pros, basketball, soccer, and other sports, flopping. And you hate to say that with these kids, but when you look at it and you see them flat down, and it looked like they got shot from a gun, and then all of a sudden they're up. Great save by Alvarez. That was Pablo Lopez again. He's been a thorn in Classical's side all night. He took the pass, he beat the defense, he walked in. Alvarez came out and cut down the angle and blocked the shot and knocked it out of play. Extracurricular activity after the play. They're talking to both sides. And we're going to play it down besides right at the goal line. I didn't see that play. I mean, Pablo Lopez walked in, drilled the shot. It got blocked, went out of play. And away from the play, there was contact, and the Classical player is down. And you really don't know what to think when this happens, because the last player got up and ran to the bench. We've had a couple of instances where people have called the ambulance and people have been carried out. So it's hard to determine whether people are really hurt, looking for a call. He was laid out, now he's sitting up, so let's hope the young man's okay. So let's hope the young man's going to be okay. Coach Moreno and the trainer helping him to the sideline. Looked like he was favoring, I don't know which left or right ankle. They're working on him on the sideline. And we'll get back to soccer. I'm looking to see who's going to take the kick and where it's coming from. There's nobody at either corner. They had to go get a soccer ball, I think. Are they giving a penalty kick? It's not a corner kick. They're giving a penalty kick. The Classical kid got carried out, and they're giving a penalty kick to English. I don't understand. Danny Lopez bangs it in. I honestly don't know what that was all about. There was a skirmish in front of the net after the shot was blocked and knocked out. I thought English was going to get a corner kick because Pablo Lopez has shot a great save by Alvarez. And then there was a long wait while the Classical kid who was laid out got helped off the field. And then he turned around and gave English a penalty kick. These two teams played the first game, actually the second game of the season, was in the city tournament, and it ended in a 3-3 tie. And in that 3-3 tie, English got 3 penalty kicks. They made 2, and 1 they missed. Now they get another penalty kick, and I have no idea why they got the penalty kick. English looking to walk in. Alvarez came over to get it. It got deflected away, and they're going to give it to Classical to kick. But it was the Classical kid that got helped off the field. It was Pablo Lopez's shot that got blocked on a great save by Alvarez. And I was waiting for them to put down the ball for a corner kick. And then I realized they were giving English a penalty kick. I guess they said the scrimmage was right in front of the net, so it was in the zone with the English kid being taken down. But the Classical kid got carried out, and English gets the corner kick. That's the penalty kick. That's not going to sit very well with Classical. But it's now 3-1 English. English led in the game the first time these teams played. They'll play 3 times this year. Every once in a while they get to do that, depending how the city tournament turns out. And this will be one of those years. They came from behind in that game, Classical. And they're asked to do it again. Out in front, it went right by everybody, a foot race, and Cardona gets there first and kicks it away. I think it was Corral he was running with. Cardona was running with Corral. Shot from long range by Vargas. English takes it away. So again, these are the games that you remember. You know, you can win the Greater Boston League. You can beat Everett. You can beat Somerville or Chelsea. But years from now, it's going to be, do you remember? You're going to bump into a couple of these Classical players and say, remember we beat you? Liccardi goes to the ground. English will get the kick. Fischel is talking to Coach Hamazli for English about something. To the net, big hop. Alvarez will play it on a hop, and he'll kick it away. Is it high in the air past midfield, headed away? I still don't know how they don't get concussions with getting a head on the ball that's that high and that far distance, and they get it right in the middle of their head. Bodies go down. They took Chacon down. He was trying to fiddle and diddle between 3 players. They broke him up, but then they called it on him. And Barrios will kick it away. Kick. Nobody in sight. They knock it deep. And at the side of the net, it was going to go wide. Cardona grabbed it, and he'll kick it away. Deep to the near side, it goes out of play. Substitutions for both teams. Flores put it in play. Chacon. His pass blocked. Barrios got a foot on it. English knocks it away. And going to get Mejia for going over the back. McCarty knocked it deep, right in front of the net. Two white shirts there, and between the two of them, Alvarez just picked it up and kicked it away. And we got contact at midfield, and McCarty quickly puts it in play. It skips through. Lopez trying to get a foot on it. They knock it in the net. And of course, they surround everybody, so you're trying to find the number of the player that knocked it in the net. Now they call a timeout. I believe, and I'm going to try and get this, try to say this 5 times fast. Ejiofor, Vincent, Ogachukwu. I know I didn't come close to that. He got the goal. So we're not quite to the halfway mark of this second half. English has now opened up a 4-1 lead over Glasgow. So English piling up a 4-1 lead. And they're doing it right in front of the net. Alvarez hasn't had much of a chance. In fact, one of the goals was off Glasgow's head. That was a case where the ball came across and Ogachukwu was just standing there and had all he had to do was tip it and knock it in the net, get his head on it. It might have bounced in the net anyway. He made sure he got the head on it and knocked it in. Another free kick. We've had an awful lot of contact in this non-contact sport. They take it away from Lopez, but they bumped him doing it. So English will get another free kick. English quickly puts it in play. Tipping and heading it down the far side. Glasgow will knock it the other way. Skips right back. Glasgow. English knocks it deep. Bounces all the way through to Alvarez. And he'll kick it away. Bye, everybody. Booted up field by Ovali. Liccardi with it. His pass a little bit behind the intended receiver. Everybody poking, grabbing. Liccardi just tipped it. They knock it deep. Alvarez will come out and play it. Danny Lopez just knocked it deep, looking for a break. He misfired on that tip, and now English is climbing on top of De Leon Angel. And De Leon Angel will get the kick from the 30-yard line. gets it to the net. Cardona will come out, catch it in the air, and he'll kick it away. And he kicks it high and deep past midfield. Skips past everybody. Back to Alvarez, who kicks it away. Haskell got a head on it, a foot on it. Licardi knocked it down. English got it around Klaskell nicely. They knock it deep. English will keep it in. Klaskell takes it away. English bangs it high, wide, off to the left and out of play. Came running in, the ball rolling right around the 20-yard line. They one-timed it, or kicked it way up and out of play. I think that was Albanaz. And Alvarez will kick it away. Swung on and missed. And he pushed it too far. Barrios was looking to get it by the defense. He did. But he couldn't go get it because he pushed it too far. And Cardona will grab it and boot it away. Klaskell has not really done anything. They got that one goal to tie it up. And they've had very few shots on net since then. He was putting 3 in a row up. And that own goal by Klaskell at the end of the first half has really been a burden. Klaskell. English slid and kept it in. Klaskell tried to knock it off. And they're going to call English for a takedown. And if that's a takedown, it could be a penalty kick. And it's going to be a penalty kick. Is it 7? Huh? 7? Zoom in on. He's kicking the ball. Huh? What is it? So Klaskell answers with a penalty kick of their own. That was Abby Estuado de Leon Angel. So both teams have got a penalty kick. Klaskell cuts it to 4-2. Look how he gives it back. They gave it away, but they get it back. And they gave it away again. They give Klaskell a throw-in down deep. They got a little loose with the passing. I thought they would give it to Klaskell. They gave it to English. Licardi has it taken away. I think they're calling Licardi again for taking a player down. And I think they gave him a yellow card. He's going to the bench. He has to be replaced. He's been called for knocking people down probably 7 or 8 times. Free kick coming from just inside the 25-yard line from an angle. They drill it to the net. It's loose. They're going to call Classical for running in. They knocked Alvarez down, and he's down. They went up to try and get a head on it, and they ran right into the goaltender, Alvarez. And he went down flat, and he attempted to get up, and now he's laid out again. So it's nice to see that Alvarez is okay. He's bouncing around. Normally the player would come out, but when it's the goaltender, they know that in most cases they only have one. So unless they are unable to continue, now am I wrong? They're taking Alvarez out. Now the replacement has to wear another shirt, so I thought they let the goaltender stay in, but they don't. He has to go to the sideline. He seems to be okay. He's walking on his own steam, standing up. He seems to be all right. We've had a lot of downtime in this game with bodies going down and referees talking to players, and now they're discussing it. And I think they told me he has to go to the sideline, but somebody has to come in and they have to wear a different jersey. And they're putting a different jersey on, and we can't see the number. I'm sure it won't be for very long. He'll come right back. They put the shirt on before I could get the number of the player who's going to replace him, and they don't have a second goalie on their roster. So Alvarez is going to go to the sideline. I'm sure he'll be right back. Excuse me. Cardona is going to go to the sideline. English boots it away, and they knock it out of play. And Alvarez was right back there to become a sub. He's coming right back in the game. So they kick it out of play. And I'll get it right again. Cardona. It's tough to have two home teams. We get used to having the names of the home goalies. Cardona. So the replacement goaltender, I think, was one of the defenders. He put the shirt on, and before we could put the shirt on, coming back in the game, I think it was O'Reilly who put the shirt on to become the backup goaltender. They kicked it out of play, and Alvarez was right back in the game. They had it. There were two players like, I'll kick it, no, you kick it, and nobody kicked it, and English cleared it away. Classical had an opportunity to at least get a shot on net, and English is going to get called for a takedown. There were two players. They both had a chance to take the kick. They gave it up to each other and wound up with nobody taking the shot. And English was able to clear it away. Headed into the Classical bench area. And Classical quickly put it in play. Looking to go deep, English will let it go out of play. So the clock is now the enemy now for Link Classical. As we're well into the second half, and they need 2 goals to get back in the game. And Cardona will kick it away. Now it's going to be, I think, Ovali, I think, will kick it away. Skips past everybody. English got a body on it. And it goes out as they were battling to keep everybody away from the ball. It goes out off English, and they call the contact against English. Barrios kicks it away. Bounces through, just knocked away. I think that was Albanos who got a piece of that and knocked it away. Corral trying to get around, gets taken down. No call on that takedown. They get it to the middle, trying to get a shot. They couldn't get control of it. They got it to the middle where they wanted it, but it was a bouncing ball. And De Leon Angel couldn't, he finally got a shot off, but it was bouncing and he fired it wide left. And I guess the official saying that English touched it or tipped it because Classical was going to get a corner kick. Coming from the near side. By everybody. English will track it down. Hospital took it away, but English takes it back. They knock it deep. Foot race. Angel Lopez trying to get there. We told you there's 4 Lopez's on the English team. Haskell hurrying. Alvarez will kick it away. As we mentioned, the clock is the enemy. That's another Lopez kicking it upfield. It bounces by, splits everybody. Haskell will knock it upfield. English keeping it in. And it goes out. Off English. We're going to whistle for something. Yeah, we're going to whistle for a timeout. So the clock shows 10 minutes left, and now the official is, they were going to the bench for a timeout. Now the official is saying, hold on. The officials are discussing it. Now there won't be a timeout. They're all going to their respective benches, thinking timeout. Now they're going to put it back in play. Alvarez will kick it away. And the clock is back up and running. I think it was Barrios that kicked it away. And it goes out of play. McCarty is back in. Pushes it ahead. English dumps it to the near side. Vargas couldn't get the shot off. Classical took it away. That was a nice defensive play by Galvez, taking it away. Classical, Chacon can't get the shot off. He tried to center it. Blocked nicely by English. And English carries it out. Classical will get a corner kick. Chacon looked like he might have an opportunity, and then they squeezed him and couldn't get the shot off. I think it was Danny Lopez that finally took it away and lost it out of play. And actually, it was O'Wally again. Again, hard to pick up the numbers, especially at a distance. They blow the whistle. And we'll do it again. And it winds up on the side of the net. They couldn't get it out in front. Out of play. English will kick it away. 4-2 the Bulldogs. They grabbed a 1-0 lead. Classical tied it. And then Classical gave them a goal on a corner kick. The only person out in front of the net was a Classical player. And he tried to head it upfield. Instead, he headed it into the Classical net. And that made it 2-1 at halftime. After Classical got a goal by William Morin, it was 1-1 when they got that own goal. That was Chacon tipping that and English heading it out. So after Morin's goal tied it at 1, that own goal heading it in their own net, Classical made it 2-1. They got 2 more, one on a penalty kick to make it 4-1, and then Classical got a penalty kick that was successful, made it 4-2. And now Classical trying to beat the clock. And kicks it deep. It goes out off Classical. English has got it where they want it, the Classical end. McCarty with another knockdown. They gave him a yellow card before, and now he went to get the ball and he gave a little hip check and knocked Classical down again. We told you he's a very aggressive player. Classical trying to get it up in the middle. English clears it away. Classical knocks it back high in the air. Headed away again. English clears it upfield. And he knocked it deep. Classical sliding, knocks it away. Pablo Lopez was looking like he might walk in again. English trying to center it. They pop it high in the air behind the net and out of play. We're down to the final 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more. The clock has stopped with 5 minutes showing. Might be a little bit more than that with the officials talking to players down on the field. But we're closing in on the finish as it goes out of play. Knocked deep. English bangs it off Classical. Albanos with a nice defense. Danny Lopez trying to get around 2 or 3. He knocked it out. McCarty pops it to the middle. Classical knocks it ahead. Pops straight up. Everybody looking for a header. That's when you get nervous when you see 3 or 4 bodies going in the air looking to get a head on a high pop-up. Contact against Classical. English will kick it away. Booted away by Ovali. English knocks it back upfield. That's where they wanted it, the Classical end. Lopez with it. Gets around one. Still battling. Both bodies go down. And let's see who they call it on. They're going to give English the free kick. Not quite a corner kick. Coming from a little shorter than the corner kick. From in the end zone from a tough angle. McCarty will take it. Up in front. Nice job by Alvarez to come up with bodies all over the place. He came up in the middle of all that traffic and just picked it off. Classical coming down the far side. They push it. Can they keep it in? They center it, and it went out off English, I believe. Classical's going to get a corner kick. And they got to get a giddy up in their step. They need 2 goals. Time winding down. So the bragging rights right now for a long time is going to go to English until they play again. It's going to be a win and a tie for Classical as Cardona goes high in the air and takes it away from a couple of green shirts. And he'll kick it away. So they tied 3-3 the game in the city tournament. They call contact again. And Classical was about to kick the ball and they're saying no, going the other way. Now the official's saying no, it goes the other way. Now they're kicking the ball. They can't get together with what they're doing. Classical's going to put it in play. They're hurrying to beat the clock. The official blew and pointed the other way. And when English wanted to take the kick, he said, no, the other way. They missed the kick, and it's going to go out of play. So Classical's going to be 0-1-1 against English. English is going to be 1-0-1 against the Rams. As English will pick up their second win. And Classical will still be looking for their first win. But again, the most important thing for the Bulldogs, everything is going to taste better, everything's going to look better until the next game because you beat your arch rival Classical. I mentioned this is like Thanksgiving. This is the all-important game on the schedule until the next one, English and Classical. They kick it back to Alvarez. He had a slide and knock it away. And that was Pablo Lopez causing trouble again. Classical can't get around. English takes it away. Blocked. They get it to Liccardi. Knocked deep. English has got it where they want it. They like to keep it in the Classical end. Bodies go down, no call. Out in front, trying to line it up. They take the shot. They knock it wide left off the foot of Danny Lopez. And this is a long 5 minutes.
Sorry it had to end this way.
They still haven't blown the whistle. And they blow the whistle again to do it over again, the kick. They had a sub going off the field. They kick it deep. It goes out of play. English keeps it in. And I think they're going to give Classical a corner kick. Right in the middle of the pack. Cardona went high in the air, grabbed it, and came down flat on his stomach. He's getting up. He went down before. He'll get to kick it away. And as I mentioned, a very long 5 minutes. Of course, the clock kept running at times when he should have stopped. It got to the 5 minute mark, but the officials keep it, the official time on the field. Romero puts it in play. Popped up. Bodies go down again. Liccardi with the shot, and he knocks it home. He got a yellow card. He's been knocking people down. He's very aggressive from right around outside the 10-yard line. It wound up on his foot. He ripped it just inside the far post. And English makes it 5-2. With their third goal in the second half, it's been put away a long time ago. And they finally blow the whistle, and English can finally celebrate. It was Pablo Lopez got the first goal, made it 1-0. A free kick right out in front of the net. It was Elijah William Morin getting a head on it, knocking in. It was 1-1. And then on a corner kick, nobody out in front but Classical. They tried to head it upfield. They headed it backwards into their own net and own goal. Made it 2-1 at halftime. A penalty kick knocked home by Danny Lopez turned out to be the winning goal, made it 3-1. They made it 4-1 on a goal by Olga Chukwu. That made it 4-1. A penalty kick knocked home by DeLeon Angel of Classical made it 4-2. And then with time winding down, Jose Liccardi just banged it home to make it 5-2. English will pick up their second win of the season. Classical will have to wait till the next game to try and pick up their first win. And in this battle, English Classical Thanksgiving in September, the bragging rights go to the Bulldogs. They tied in the city tournament. English gets the win here, so Classical will have to wait and get even in the next game, the final game that they play next time around. But right now, the bragging rights go to the Bulldogs. They win it by a score of 5-2 over the Rams. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.